Hello, welcome back to G3. I am the co-hostless Bald Mike. I am back to play Journeys in Middle-earth. We are doing the Bones of Arnor campaign, which is the first campaign that's available on the app for the game. This is Chapter 9, and as we found out in my playthrough last night, if I don't win this chapter, this campaign is over. So there's a little bit of pressure, but the good news is if I do lose, I can go on to the Hunt for the Ember Crown campaign, which was the first DLC campaign that I have not played at all yet. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, but I would like to beat this particular scenario at least once. I know Kenny Blaze and I have played through this campaign twice. In this scenario, we have never beaten. The map just gets huge, and we seem to run out of time before we can figure out what we have to do and where we have to get to. So I think it's enough jibber jabber. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get going. All right, you enter Great Annuminus on the southern shores of Lake Evendim. Once the capital of the Kings of Arnor, the city has lain in an abandoned ruin for more than 1,000 years. Thunder rolls in the distance. Light rain welcomes you to this haunted place. Place tile 301B, so that's here, but it looks like it's going to do something like this. Yep, with the number up here. Somewhere in the city rests Nautalar, the Mirror of Spirits, a tool used in ancient Arnor to communicate with unseen spirits. Excuse me. The possessors of Nautalar commands respect from the dead, and with it, Ataran could raise his fell army with little effort. You must find it first. Place heroes is indicated. Each hero scouts 3. So there's Arwen. There's Gimli. So let's I kind of have reversed order than I normally do, but I'm going to scout with Arwen. And she got her weakness, ancient wisdom, and gathered wisdom. Scout is for increasing my scout 1. Just 1. I'm going to prep. I didn't get any tokens out. Hold on. Watch my hand. I'm sorry. Get some keys. Between her inspiration and the map going to explode, we'll need a bunch of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep Ancient Wisdom because it has the little leaf icon. So what that lets me do is discard Curiosity. After I prepare a skill with the leaf icon, you may discard the skill to gain 2 inspiration or become determined. I'm going to use that to gain 2 inspiration. And we will put the weakness on the bottom of the deck and the success on top. And that's her deck. And then we'll scout 3 with Gimli. Honed Agility, Guarded Strike, and Restless Axe. I'm going to put Restless Axe on top. I'm going to prep Guarded Strike, because that's Guard and Strike, and put Honed Agility on the bottom. Okay. The phone is... Sorry about that. All right. Excuse me. All right, somewhere in this city rests Nautalar, the Mirror of Spirits. A tool used. I tried that. I'm sorry. Got to get with it tonight. All right, 101B. So we didn't even do anything yet. We're already adding tiles. How's that? And it looks like it's going to go kind of sort of like that. And we're not done. 218A. Kind of trying it a little bit. Looks like they're just touching here. They're not really interlocking too much. Right? No. And rotating that. 218. Oh, I grabbed the wrong tile. That's why it didn't look great. Wow. Maybe I should have grabbed a coffee before I started this. Supposed to be 211, not 218. Sorry about that. All right. I'm sorry it's taking so long to find this. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong one again. I just did it again. I grabbed the wrong tile again. Long day at work. 14, 2, 18. There we go. Now we got it. And it's A. Now it looks like the picture. And then 102, that's a nice recognizable one, easy to find. But you can see this map's already blowing up before we even do anything. Like that. And it's just filling right in. And that's a complicated way to make a puzzle. 100A. And we're not done. 205. And 205 with the B. Oops. Gonna go like that. So before the first turn, look how big this map's already exploded. All right, a whole bunch of exploration tokens, which will turn to inspiration when we get there. If we get there. I think this is one where we have to split up just to succeed at this particular mission. You see an enormous tower dominating the view in Numinous proper. Such a monument would have held the chambers of the King of Arnor and his most valuable advisors and artifacts. And we're not done. 400. So 400B, this is one of the tiles from the Shadowed Paths expansion. And it's coming way up there. So it's kind of off camera, isn't it? Let me see if I can. Okay. This. Okay. And it's not done. 201B to fill in this gap up here. Some more exploration. You should head deeper into the city to begin your search. Objective updated, find Nautalar. Hopefully I'm not massacring that pronunciation. So we have 90 threat before we lose to threat. At 10 threat, an event will happen. Your passage through the gates lets you enter the city ahead of Bataran soldiers, but you know your lead will not last long. So he's still following us. Plaintiff's sighing reaches your ears. Faint, but undeniable. You look about for its source a moment before realizing it is coming from the silent scepter. You recall a scepter singing to the reflection in the underground lake in Fornost. Could it now be reaching out to another reflection? Action phase. All right, so let's get the map back to where we are, which is, let's see if I can enlarge it. So we're way down here, and all of this just exploded before we even did anything. I don't even know where to begin. So the good thing is, so right here, there's a little river artwork on this tile. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to send Gimli that way. And I'm going to send Arwen up into where the artwork for the ruins of the city are. I think next campaign that I do, I'm going to try a top-down view for this and see how that works as far as seeing everything better. All right, so let's get going. Gimli has no inspiration, so he's going to move into 101B, which is here. Yep, and this Should actually be like this. There should be a little gap here. So we'll fix that tile. So we'll explore. A pale mix of sand and mud fail as a shoreline, bending to the muddy waters. Okay, there's a little water artwork there. Discard this exploration token, gain inspiration. So that'll be Gimli's first. He can hold 4. Arwen can hold 5, and she has 2 already. Second one, he'll go here. Yep, continue. Oh, hold on. Back up, Gimli. A green light dances up from a pool of water, barely noticeable beneath the gleaming surface. Place a search token as indicated. So already started. So I get a couple of these from not constantly putting my arm in the way. So that's right in my spot. Come on, move this a little bit closer. Maybe, hopefully the mic can pick up the music from the app. All right, let's hit this search token while we're here. A green light dances up from a pool of water, barely noticeable underneath the. A green light dances up from a pool of water, barely noticeable beneath the churning surface. We'll search. You search for the light, but it is beyond your grasp. Fish it out or swim down. I don't think a dwarf can swim too well, so let's see if we can fish it out. You look about for anything useful in retrieving the light source. Test Spirit 2. Oh, that's good, because Gimli's Spirit is 4. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 2 successes. So we pass. Discard all of this. After a minute's work, you snag the glowing object and pull it from the waters. Taking it into your hand, the light fades quickly, but you can make out a few worn ruins glowing beneath its surface. Gain an inspiration, then discard the search. Okay. So he's back to 2. Or up to 2, I should say. I'm sorry. So he has 1 movement point left. So he's going to move over here, sticking along the edge, which will pop that token. A small way station here offers a trough of water, some shelter for a horse or donkey, and a large statue of a nameless elven archer. Discard this exploration, gain an inspiration. So that puts Gimli at 3. He can hold 1 more. Continue. On the wayside, you spot a secluded area where a hero might find rest. Place a search token as indicated. Well, at least they're being nice and dropping him right next to me. But that was his second action, so he's done. Your journey continues. So now we're going to go with Arwen. She's going to go 1, 2, and we'll get this token. We will explore, confirm. Gnarled trees encircle an old grave, preserving it from sun and wind. Discard this exploration, gain inspiration. That puts her at 3 of the 5 she can hold. A faint buzzing sound alerts you to something amiss in the area. Place a search token as indicated. Well, at least that's in her space. Your journey continues. All right, so her second action will be to interact with that search token. I didn't get as far as I wanted everybody to, but we'll take it. A faint buzzing sound alert sounds you something amiss in the area. Search. The buzzing is coming from a swarm of insects, greedily feasting on a spill of an identifiable liquid. Test wit 1. All right, well, that's good. It's only 1 because my wit is only 2. 1, 2. I got 2 successes, so I passed. Arwen's on a roll tonight. Hopefully that's a good sign. The insects are feasting on a spill of wildflower honey, and you even find an unbroken chunk of wax comb to pocket for later. Gain 2 inspiration, then discard the search token. Well, the tokens are being nice to us. So that already caps Arwen out at her 5 inspiration. So let's take a quick sip of water. But that does end the action phase because both heroes did 2 actions. So we go to the shadow phase. With all of those tokens on the board, the threat is going to crank up. Yeah, here it goes. The shadow deepens, the hope yet endures. Threat increases by 8. Rally phase. So next turn, something is definitely going to happen because we're going to hit that 10 cap. So each hero resets their deck and scouts 2. So Arwen's going to reveal Ebonstar and Athelas. Both have sprint 1. I'm going to go with the Athelas to prep for the sprint 1, and then I'll put Evan Star on top of my deck because it is a success symbol. But that's not. That's Gimli's deck. Almost grabbed the deck of wounds. We kind of moved everything closer because I had a feeling that this map would get big. I didn't realize it'd get this big as soon as we started. Clever Wit and Time of Need. I'm definitely going to prep Time of Need. That's such a great card. And we'll put Clever Wit on top. And continue since everybody's on scouting. Let's see if I can turn this a little more towards camera while we have room. All right, it's the action phase. Let's see. If I use Arwen to come get this search token next to Gimli, I can sprint to do that without, so I won't use an action. And then I still go with that token, or I could just double move and get all the way up there. I just want to see what it says for this token next to Gimli. Come on, click. Oop, that really blew it up. There it is. On the wayside, you saw a secluded area where, okay, so we don't really need to rest, so I think I'm going to ignore that token for now. So I'm going to activate Gimli then, and he's going to go 1, 2. Way over here. We will explore. A small dock juts out into the water with an old barn nearby. Discard this exploration token, gain 1 inspiration. So that's his limit for inspiration. Yellow flowers surround a stone well. Place a search token as indicated. And that's in his spot. Your journey continues. All right, so his first action was moving there, so his second action will be to interact with this token. Yellow flowers surround a stone well. There's a wooden sign next to the well that reads, throw a stone and wish for your heart's desire. Test wit 1. Gimli's wit is also 2. So 1, 2, and I flipped a success and an inspiration. So I don't need to spend anything because I only need 1 to pass. So we pass. Let me discard those. You find a small white stone nearby. You hold it tightly while you make your wish. When you toss your stone into the well and hear the satisfying plunk as it hits the water below, you feel happier. Gain an inspiration, then discard the search token. Well, unfortunately, he's maxed out on inspiration, but we'll get rid of that token. And that is Gimli's turn because he moved 2 spaces and searched, so he's done. So let's continue. Okay, so we're going to come back this way. We'll go with Arwen. I'm going to discard the Atlas for the Sprint 1 ability, so that lets her move 1 space for free. So she's going to move here and get this token. Is she tapped on 2, 3? Yeah, she's tapped out on inspiration. So, excuse me. I'm sorry about my throat tonight. So she's maxed out on inspiration. She can't hold anymore, but getting these tokens off the board keeps the threat from raising up so fast. Flat stones surround a serene meadow Flat stones surrounded by a serene meadow appear to be a perfect location for a picnic. Discard this exploration token, gain 1 inspiration. Okay, get rid of that. Unfortunately, she can't collect it, but we continue. A small basket of leaves sits here, seemingly abandoned. Place a search token as indicated. So that's there in her spot. Your journey continues. So I haven't used an action yet. So my first actual action will be to search with this token. Small basket of leaves. Let's search. The dried leaves are dark green and have traces of pale pink around their edges. They smell earthy and slightly spicy. Test wisdom 2. All right, so my wisdom is 4, and I have ancient wisdom prepared, which lets me add a success if I need to. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I passed. I flipped 2 successes without even having to use inspiration or my other card. This is going pretty well. I'm getting nervous that it's going so well already. You seem to recall your mother had a jar of tea leaves like these. You fill one of your pouches. A hot cup of tea will be wonderful at the end of the day. Either gain 1 inspiration or discard 1 face down fear, then discard this search token. Well, I can't do either, so we'll just get rid of the token. And that was her first official action. So her second one is going to be to move. So she's going to go 1, 2, way up there. And that'll get this token. Even partially collapsed, the King's Tower still stands as the grandest structure in Innuminus. In better days, it held Arnor's most valuable treasures. It is a good place as any to start your search. Discard this token, gain inspiration. So we can't hold any more of those. A row of old stone stands nearby, obscured by moss and vines. Place a search token. I believe that is right across from where I am. Reach with this hand so I'm not blocking the camera. Put that right there. This tower once stood high above Innuminus, but the years have reduced it to bare and crumbling stone. Place a search token as indicated. That's next to me. Or the space adjacent. And I'm getting one of my space too. Faint as a whisper, this area smells familiar. Place a search token as indicated. And that's in R1 spot. Your journey continues. Okay, so actually it doesn't so much because that is both of her actions. So we got all but one exploration token off of the board. So we will end the action phase, the shadow phase. Shadow deepens, the hope yet endures. Threat increases by 5. So we're hitting that 10 bar, so something's going to happen. As the storm draws nearer, Ataran's orcs spread throughout the city. The overland route you took into the city now swarms with them, and your time to find Nautalar is rapidly dwindling. And here we go. Place 3 giant spiders on the indicated space, and they get a banner. Got my tray of minis right here. Did some painting today, too. Maybe somebody that I painted today will pop up on this mission. And they get one of these banners. I'm going to try to move this out of my way so my hand isn't in the camera the whole time. And I'm hitting camera, I'm sorry. I don't think I whacked it too much out of whack. There we go. I'm going to throw a token on the floor because that's how we do. Give that banner to the spiders. We'll put the rest of them over here. I might need that one after, so I'm going to get that back. All right, continue. The rally phase. All right, so that wasn't too bad. As long as you don't have arachnophobia, that's not too bad, I guess. But they are right in Arwen's face. So it's looking like, I'm going to scout with Arwen first, but it looks like my plan will be to have Gimli run up. Actually, I was going to say run up and smash spiders, but he can't get there in one go. Arwen flip Time of Need and Athelas. I think I'm going to prep the Athelas again for the free sprint. And we'll put Time of Need on top just in case. We will scout with Gimli. Oh, you know what? I also forgot to put tokens on all the trinkets. Let me do that. Let me scout with Gimli first. Defense instruction and kinship. I'm going to go with kinship. That might come in handy this turn, and I'll put the other one on top. Use my hands again. Let me get these more tokens out of here. All right. So many trinkets, so many tokens. And then the Silent Scepter gets 4. All right. So there's one more exploration at the edge of the map. There's a bunch of search tokens, and there's Gimli. And Gimli is so far out of position, it's making me sad. The only thing I really do is set him up for next turn. So he's going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and move up here with Arwen. So he can use some of his guard if he needs to. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, so that's Gimli's turn. Arwen, let's take a look at these spiders. Oh boy, so there's 3 of them, and they have 6 health each. That's a bunch. So I think the first thing Arwen's going to do is search the token that's in her spot. Faint as a whisper, the area smells familiar. Search. Breathing deep, you try to place where you know this scent from. Test wit. If you are a hobbit, add 2 successes. Add 2 successes now. Well, she's not a hobbit. Do I? I have a hobbit trait. Oh, so I have the hobbit trait. I'm going to say no, it doesn't count. We will go 1, 2 on my wit. I will use 2 of the inspiration because I flipped Time of Need, which has 2 icons on it, and I did flip 1 success. So I'll do 3. The scent on the breeze brings back a vivid memory from your childhood, and reliving it gives you a rare insight into your current quest. Gain 2 inspiration, and then discard the search token. All right, so I gave my inspiration back, so it was kind of a wash. That token's gone. Continue. All right, and then she's going to use her ranged attack on the spiders. But before she does, Gimli is going to discard kinship. Before a nearby hero test, you may discard the skill for that hero to reveal 2 additional cards. And if they were a dwarf, I could scout 1, but she's not. All right, so my ranged weapon uses my agility, which is my whistler. So my agility is 3, but because of kinship, I can reveal 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I wish I had Time of Need. So let me see, how many do I need? I can do 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 leaf icons and a blank. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to see if I can get rid of these spiders. So that's going to give me a total of 7, 8, 9 hits with stun and smite. So smite, stun, and 9 hits. Let me just do the math again real quick. 7, 8, 9. Yep. Apply. Confirm. Remove 1 giant spider. So she got rid of 1 of them. That's not terrible. But most of her inspiration, so that was bad. All right, so that's Arwen's 2 actions. And the shadow phase. The shadow deepens, the hope he endures. Threat increases by 5. The spiders can attack because of the stun from Arwen's weapon. And it's the rally phase. So let's scout again with Arwen. Healing Poultice and Evenstar. I'm going to prepare Healing Poultice because it has Sprint 2. And we'll put Evenstar on top because it is a success. And we'll go with Gimli next. Thanks for coming on to G3. I appreciate it a lot. I am Bald Mike, flying solo tonight for some Journeys in Middle-earth. Please feel free to say hi and chat, especially if you're a fan of the game and you played. I'd love to talk shop a little bit as we play. Gimli reveals Fury and Defense Instruction. I will... When you attack me, spend the name of I'll prep Fury, put Defense Instruction on top, and continue. Back to the action phase. All right, let's see. How bad are these spiders left? So they have like 9 health left. I could sprint in there with Arwen and hopefully just stab those guys with her knife. Because she has lethal and pierce on that thing. It's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get really crazy with Arwen and hope I don't wind up dying for it. I'm going to discard Athelis to sprint 1 into the spot with the spiders. Then her first action is going to be to attack using Star Swift, which is her hunting, or was a hunting knife, I think it was before. We upgraded it. This uses her agility, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that wasn't very good. So it's a weakness, 1 inspiration icon, and a success. So I will spend my last inspiration for 2 successes. So that'll give me 3 hits with lethal. So lethal, 1, 2, 3, 5. Remove 1 giant spider. Oops, I'm making a mess of the map. And then let's continue. Can the enemy attack? Yes. Let's see. The spider rears back, stabbing at you with several clawed legs. Agility negates 2 damage. My agility is 3, so 1, 2, 3. There's all my successes. No damage. Makes me wonder if I have anything left in the deck to punch with. But she'll go at it again with the knife. So 3, 1, 2, 3. That was terrible. That is a swing and a miss. So even though you're attacking with, you still have to put in everything. Confirm. And yes, he can attack back. It's only 1, so agility negates 1, 2, 3. She's going to take the 1. 1 damage. It is knocked prone. Deplete 1 of your trinkets without resolving effect and discard 1 prepared card, then discard this card. All right, so I lose a token from the scepter. Oops. And I will discard Ancient Wisdom and then discard this. So she wanted me to damage on her, which is good. I was going to run away, but I can't because then the spider will attack me. I didn't think they'd both be there. I was hoping to kill it off. It only has, I'll look at the profile again. Oh, it still has 5 left. Gimli. What are we going to do, Gimli? Gimli doesn't need the inspiration. So Gimli's going to move 1 and interact with this token. This tower once stood high above Numinous, but the years have reduced it to bare crumbling stone. At one time, it held the most valuable artifacts in Arnor. So let's search. You enter the tower through a lowered door, mostly crumbled. The once grand chamber probably gleamed at the height of Arnor's power, but now the stonework is mostly buried beneath ages of debris and dust. A winding stair leads to the upper chambers, but parts of it have collapsed. As you near the stairs, you can hear the spirit of the scepter softly singing a fearful lullaby. Explore this chamber or ascend the stairs. Let's explore this chamber. You pace slowly about the chamber, brushing aside years of dirt on the walls. Test Wisdom 3. What is my wisdom? My wisdom is only 2. This is not good. 1, 2. Well, that's a hard fail. Oh, wait, do I have something? If you would test Wisdom Spirit, I could test Might instead. So 4, 3. There we go. Now I passed. Read your cards, folks. You discover impressive murals depicting events from the history of Arnor. The grandest of these shows the first High King of Arnor, Elendil, presiding over this new realm in the north. In the distance, there is a tower you take to depict Gondor. In the south, the realm of Elendil's sons. Lore increases by 2. All right. Let me discard these. I think it's R1 has something when lore increases. After person token. Bitty bitty boo. No, I think that's one of her skills. Actually, I don't have that yet. Nope. So he moved one into this, and the token is still there. So I'm going to move one more and end the action phase. The shadow deepens. The hope you endures. Threat increases by 5. So we're at 23 of 90. The next marker is 25. So next turn, something's going to happen. So now we reset and scout 2 each. I think Gimli needs to go finish that spider off and free up Arwen. Clever wit and gathered wisdom. This is the one that says after lore increases, you are nearby hero can scout 1. I'll put that on top, and I'll prep clever wit with Arwen. Gimli already has 4 skills prepped, so I'm going to have to discard 1 for whatever I reveal here. Undying Might and Kinship again. I'll put Undying Might on top since I have Time of Need prepped and a stack of Inspiration, and I'll prep Kinship. I will discard Fury to do so. Continue. Excuse me. All right, so back to the action phase. Move Scooch Arwen onto the token for a moment. Gimli can move 1 and attack the spider. Okay. So I'm swinging my axe. My might is 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So here's how great Time of Need is going to be. I'm going to show you. Out of the 4 cards I flipped, 1 is a blank. 3 have the inspiration icon. I'm going to discard Time of Need, which reads, when you test, if you do not reveal any successes, you may discard this skill to convert all leaf icons to successes. So that's going to give me 3 successes. Thank you, Time of Need. So that will give me, where's my axe? Here it is. 3 is going to give me 8 hits with Sunder and Cleave. So that's overkill on this guy. 8, apply, confirm. Remove 1 giant spider. You or a nearby hero gain inspiration. So I'm going to give that to Arwen because Gimli's tapped out, or maxed out, I should say. Keep saying tapped out. Get rid of the spiders. They are gone. He still has a movement point left. That is a separate tile. So I'm just going to move him there. Am I? Yes. Final answer. All right. Arwen's going to discard Healing Poultice to sprint to that spot and interact with this for her first action. So search. Excuse me. You enter through the door, mostly crumbled. Same thing. So we're going to ascend the stairs this time. The stairs wind along the inner wall of the tower. Many steps are uneven from damage or fallen away completely. And the wall is toppled across the path in places. Test wit or agility. I'm going to use Gimli to discard Kinship, which before a nearby hero test, I can discard the skill for them to reveal 2 additional cards. So I'm going to test my agility. I'm going to reveal 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I revealed 2 successes and 3 inspiration. So I'm going to spend a token to make it 3 successes. Oop, not 4, 3. Confirm. You climb the long stairs, passing carefully over gaps under fallen stone until you reach an upper chamber. There's a vacant pedestal in the middle of the room, and heavy curtains are drawn along one curved wall. Though judging by the stale air in the chamber, you are fairly certain that they do not conceal windows. This room bears further examination. The nearer you are to the heavy curtains, the more you can hear the spirit of the scepter loudly singing a heart-wrenching aria, frantic and unsettling. Become determined. I did not take those cards out. Bad bald Mike. And here's determined, which that should be helpful. Continue. Through a gap in the tower wall, you see a numinous spread below you. Parts of the city are mere ruin, while whole districts have been reclaimed by the wilderness in the centuries since a king last ruled here. And here goes more map, 305. I was waiting for something to happen with the map. This means we messed up because it's not sitting right. It's kind of... Whoops. Well, maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. There it goes. All right. I did not mess up. 308B. It's here somewhere. Probably one of the bottom. Nope, there it is. Let's see. I have to move the tablet again. So the number goes up there, like this. No. No. It does say 308. Here's the part where you wreck your brain trying to figure out. Let me make sure. Those gaps are right. Aha, like that. There we go. Oh my. Would you stop? 206. Kind of nestle in like that. This map is huge. Oop, wrong token. All right. So is this still here? Let's see what it says. This tower was stood high above the newest. The years have reduced it to bare comely cell. The upper chamber awaits further investigation. She moved, didn't she? Or did I discard the sprint card? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, I sprinted one. Okay. So I will search again. This chamber has a vacant pedestal in the middle of the room, and heavy curtains draw along one curved wall. The nearer you are to the heavy curtains, the more you can hear the spirit of the scepter. Scepter loudly singing a heart-wrenching aria in front of you. Move the curtains aside. You move aside the curtains to reveal 6 tall mirrors built into the wall, together in a broad half circle. There is a place for a 7th mirror, the wall curiously bare. In the reflection of the chamber, you see the willowy shapes moving just out of sight around you, but when you turn, you see nothing of the sort. The scepter song fills the mirrored alcove with acoustics to rival the finest music halls. One by one, shapes move closer, and in the mirrors you see dead faces crowding close to you. You hear their murmurs. The king? Is it the king? Is there a king in Arnor? Test spirit 2. All right, her spirit is 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Because I'm determined when I test, I could discard this boon to discard any number of cards when I test and reveal that many additional cards. So I'm going to discard all of them. Get rid of determined. Go 1, 2, 3. Wow. A person token. Yep, I've got nothing, so that's a fail. Arwen without inspiration is bad. The unnerving gaze of the ethereal host clutches at your heart. Despite all you have seen in your adventures, you cannot stave off fear at this moment. Suffer to fear. Okay. The first one is Looming Shadow. If you are in a space with darkness, suffer fear, then flip this face down. Okay, so I'm not in darkness, but I got fear. And then Gloom. Flip this face down. So I have 2 fear. My fear capacity is 6. A clear voice emerges from the gathering in the mirror. What would you ask of the dead? Ask about Naltalar. Ask about the missing mirror. Ask how to protect Naltalar. Let's ask about it. This is the mirror of spirits, Naltalar, or at least parts of it that are kept elsewhere in Anonymous in the king's vault, hidden by the city's monuments, says a voice from the assembly. A powerful tool, a dangerous tool. They explain that the kings of Arnor used Naltalar to commune with and even command the dead in times of crisis. The race caught in the mirror's surface can refuse such commands only with great difficulty. Lore increases by 1. The gaze of the wraith gives you chill and you feel compelled to step away from the mirror for now. You have found Naltalar, but now you must decide how to prevent Ataran from possessing it himself. Objective updated, keep Naltalar out of Ataran's hands. Okay. Whew. So I'm going to use her ability to get rid of one of the face down fear. And that is it for the round. Yeah, because Gimli killed the spider move. This seems like a long round. The shadow phase. Threat increases by 8. Ataran has scouts around every corner, though you are able to dispatch them easily enough if you catch them in unawares. Carelessness costs you dearly. Sorry, that's a little too far away. Place 1 pit goblin in the indicated space. That is this one. Pit goblin here. Not something that I painted today. Place 1 ruffian in the indicated space. Okay, so far that's not too scary. And the rally phase. All right, Arwen went through almost her entire deck that round. So let's see what she ends up scouting. Her weakness and healing poultice for sprint 2, which is definitely going to get prepped. Gimli went through almost half of his deck. Oops, I just mixed it up. All right. His weakness and Restless Axe. Start turn, I may discuss. That's actually going to be pretty good with the enemies around, so we'll prep that, put the weakness on the bottom of the deck, and continue. I know we have to open up this end of the map, or at least get these tokens up, because that's going to help the threat crank up, which is going to be bad. So I'm going to go with Arwen. I'm going to sprint, discard Healing Poultice to sprint 2, and go 1, 2. That'll get this token off the board and give her much needed inspiration. Several makeshift bridges and gates have been entrusted to the crumbling ruins. Discard this exploration token and gain inspiration. So she didn't do anything yet. That was the card, so it's not an action. A statue of a regal man stands what was once in a city square. Place a search token as indicated. And that is the spot next to her. A statue of a regal man stands stands in what was once a city square. Place another search token. And she gets a threat token in her spot. A heavy tome has been abandoned on the ground, but you can feel a malevolent presence somehow emanating from its pages. Place a threat token as indicated. Your journey continues. Well, we're going to interact with this threat token for her first action. So we will search. The book is unnaturally heavy and you are afraid to even touch your fingers to its binding. There's an evil power contained within these pages that must be cleansed. Test Spirit 3. Oh, yeah. I was like, did I prep anything? But yeah, I discarded already. 1, 2, 3. She is doing awful on these tests. Fail. Your mind buckles under a sudden onslaught of greed, paranoia, and despair. You are forced to turn away before the tome somehow forces you to its dark bidding. Suffer 2 face-down fear. So 1, 2. I'm going to use her ability to get rid of one of those. So I'm back to only having 2. That was her first action. Well, let's see what happens first. Okay. Oh, that was awful. I'm going to do it again. My cards have got to get better. Search. Test Spirit 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. I can get 2. Ugh, that was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Fail. 2 face down. Here, she has to be super careful because now she's at 4 of 6. All right, we're going to go with Gimli. He's going to move 1 to here and interact with this token that Arwen did earlier. Let's see this. 6 pieces of the Mirror of Naltar, each taller and wider than a man, are arranged in a half circle, and dozens of wraiths press toward your reflection expectantly. There is a 7th hollow in the wall that appears to be meant for another large piece of the mirror. The nearer you are, the heavy curtains, the more you hear the scepter calling. Well, to keep it away from Taran, I'm going to smash it. You find a heavy fragment of stone fallen from the wall long ago and strike Nalatar with it. Test might. Gimli's might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. All inspirations. So I'm going to go with discard 3 tokens to convert. 3 should be enough. You strike Naltar repeatedly, cracks spiderwebbing outward, and fragments of it rain onto the stone floor. The wraiths back away from your reflection. Become determined. If you are already determined, gain an inspiration. Okay. Continue. So he moved 1. I'm just going to... Yeah, let me stay there. We're done. We're done for this round. The shadow phase. So the pit goblin is going to move 2 to attack Arwen, our closest hero, which he can do easily. 1, 2. Takes a banner with him. So there is a target. The goblin attacks you with dogged persistence and deadly aim. Might negates 2 wounds. We are not nearby. One, 2. I cannot catch a break. I'm going to spend the 1 inspiration to block one of them. And take 1, but before I suffer... Oh, it's face down. I could have... So I would have used that to block one of these here that I would take them before with the cloak. But when I suffer face down, I could prevent one. So now I only have 3 fear. That's her discard pile, and she's taking a wound. Deep Bruise. Discard 2 prepared cards or suffer 2 face down wounds, then discard this card. Well, I only have 1 prepared card, so I can't do that, so I have to suffer 2 face down wounds. But before I suffer face down fear wound, I may prevent that. So now I can prevent one of that. So she has 1 wound. Discard this one. 1 wound, 3 fear. She's not doing super. The ruffian is going to move 2 to attack Arwen, our closest hero. 1, 2 does not get him close enough, so no target. Move 4 towards closest hero, which will be Gimli. So 1, 2, 3. Threat increases by 8. Just missing the marker, and it's the rally phase. Man, our team is not doing so hot here. Gimli still doesn't have any wounds. He needs to smash that ruffian and the mirror, I think. But our one's going to scout Willful and Gathered Wisdom. With the rest two, I'm definitely going to take the Gathered Wisdom, and we'll put the other one on the bottom because it's a blank. Time of Need and Kinship. Let me go with Time of Need and put Kinship on the bottom. We saw how good Time of Need was earlier. Continue. Action phase. All right, so I'm going to activate Gimli first. I have Restless Axe. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill to attack and add 2 hits. So I'm going to do that to attack the ruffian. Attack him with my Might of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Time of Need came at the perfect time. I flipped 4 leaf icons and no successes. So I'm going to proc Time of Need, make those 4 successes. So that will give me 8 hits with Cleave and Sunder on this poor ruffian, which is more than enough to kill him. Okay. Confirm. And he go mush. And I gained inspiration for that. All right. And that was the card ability, so it wasn't an action, so I'm going to interact with this token again. See if I could punch this mirror some more. Let's smash this mirror. Test Might again, which is going to be 4. Oop, cards upside down. Where are they all? 1, 2, 3. I think it's 4. Let's see. So that is 1 success, 1 blank, and 2 leaves. I'll do that to make 3. Oop, whoa. Stop. 3. There we go. Shards of Naltair scatter across the stone floor. One by one, the tall mirrors collapse and shatter after being struck. The wraiths shy back, but solemnly accept your decision. Finally, as you stand in the ruins of Naltalar, glass scattered at your feet, the deed is done. You can see the wraiths no more. The scepter singing quiets to a low, mournful chant. Discard all this. With Naltalar in pieces, you feel certain the Taran will not be able to use it for his grim purposes. Each hero gains an inspiration and then discard the search token. Each hero, that's nice. You have shattered the most of Naltalar, stealing it from a Taran's grasp. There remains the piece in the king's vault, and you cannot risk that it is enough for a Taran's purpose. Objective updated, find the missing piece of Naltalar. Something's happening. From afar, you can see that Taran's orcs have thoroughly closed off paths out of Illuminous. You have dealt with Naltalar, and the lake is likely your only chance of escape. Place a search token as indicated. That's first. That's a search token. All right. See, this is done. Here's where it gets difficult. You have to find the vault, which we haven't found yet. We're at 39 of 90 threat. And we have to cross the map because we have all of up here we haven't explored. We have this very end up here we haven't explored yet. So Gimli's going to move 2 to get with Arwen for his second action. Because remember, his attack was off of the card. Then he searched. Or not, very interacting in search. So that's his turn. Arwen's going to punch this guy with her knife. Big Goblin has 3 health and 2 armor, so total of 5 health. She'll use her Star Swift, which is her knife. And that's her agility skill, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. Continues to flip terribly. 1 success and 1 icon and 1 blank. So we will go with 2 successes. So that will give me the knife 3 hits with lethal. Make sure I have nothing else here. So let's go lethal. I have nothing to apply. One more hit. That is awful. Can the enemy attack? Yes. The goblin hurls heavy stones and debris at your head. Might negates 2. If you suffer any damage from this attack, discard an inspiration. Well, I don't have any left anyway, so. So might. Her might is only 2. 1, 2. And she whiffs and takes 2 damage. This could be bad for our pal Arwen. So 1, flip this face down. 2, flip this face down. Okay. So she's going to use her ability to get rid of one of these damage because she can only have 4 before she takes a last stand. All right. So she did that. So she attacked and missed. Ugh. She used her ability to get rid of one of the wounds. She's going to attack again. Going 1, 2, 3. Wow. There are successes in her deck, right? Totally whiffs. Yes, he can attack back. So I take 1, might negates. 1, 2. There's 2 successes. Wow, man, that is awful. Okay. All right, so the end of her turn, I'm going to discard Gathered Wisdom for the rest 2 ability, so I can remove. Discard at the end of your turn to discard 2 face down fear or wounds. I'm going to get rid of both wounds. Let's end the action phase. The shadow phase. Threat increases by 8. This is awful. A boat carves a furrow into the lake shore as if the orcs aborted are making war on Erdar itself. Place a threat token that is indicated. Let's go down here. Oh boy. A sleek black boat of Numenorian make comes ashore. Orcs leaping off it into the knee-high water charge into the city. Place a threat token as indicated. Here's probably get threat tokens on opposite sides of the board. This isn't looking good. You spot boats coming in port from Lake Evendim. They disgorge even more of Tarn's orcs to stop you at any cost. Place 2 giant spiders as indicated. So spiders are back. Right here. Oh, right where I was going to go. Uh-oh. Uluk the Troll, the greatest of the beasts of Tarn's command, bellows a challenge across the remains of Innuminus. Place 1 hill troll as indicated. This is Uluk. I'm going to use the cave troll since he's painted. Oh, in the same space as the spiders? That's not good. The rally phase. Okay, start of the rally phase. Gimli's going to use his Tookish apple cakes. At start of the rally phase, you may deplete this item for heroes in your space to collectively discard up to two wounds and fear. So get rid of trinket, or token, I should say. Get rid of 2 fear off of R1. And then rally, which will be scouting. So now we have spiders, we have a troll, we got this goblin in the way. Grr. Healing poultice to sprint, and Athos to sprint. Go with Athos. I'm putting the healing poultice on top because it is a success, and we desperately need successes with her. She's been doing awful tonight. My cards are all mixed up. There we go. Shuffle up Gimli's deck. All right. 1, 2, Fury and Time of Need. We're going to go with Time of Need. It's helped us, so we'll put that on top. Continue. Action phase. Gimli Punch Pit Goblin. His might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was awful. 1 success, so I can't use Time of Need. So I will use... hold on a second. He's got 2 health left and 2 armor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the torch. Because a token from the torch, if you attack an enemy in your space, you may deplete this item to add Pierce or Smite. So I'm going to add Pierce to the attack. And then that'll be 2 hits and Sunder with Pierce. So, oh, I can't put Sunder on him for some reason. Or Pierce. Oh, I can't do that. So I'll make it. I'll have to spend a token to make it 2 successes for 6 hits with Cleave, which I can do. Need to make sure this guy's gone. But that'll give me my inspiration back also. Move 1 Pit Goblin. You or a nearby hero gain inspiration. I'm going to give it to Arwen. I feel like that's the better move the way she's been going. All right, so that's Gimli's turn. Or no, I'm sorry, that's his first action. Second action will be this threat token. Excuse me. Oh, this is the book. So we'll search it. Test Spirit 3. Gimli's Spirit is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 3 leaf icons and a blank, so I will discard Time of Need to convert all of those to a success. So that gives me 3, so I pass. Go, Gimli. With a dry hiss, the pages of the tome flutter open and the malevolent presence melts away. These pages hold wisdom from ages past, but also great temptations. You resolve that it must remain in the hands of trusted friends in case the evil returns. Discard this threat token. So that'll help keep the threat from going up too fast. You have gained the Tome of Battle. You or a nearby hero may immediately equip it. More cards. Because we don't have enough trinkets. See if I can find that real quick. See what it does. Gimli does not have any actions left. Tome of Battle. And of course I can't find it. Tome. All right. I don't see it right now, so it might be mixed in with the other cards. I'm not going to pause the video that long. So we'll just skip it for now. Sorry about that. All right, so that was his 2 actions. So now it's Arwen's turn. She's going to get rid of this fear. What her ability? She's going to sprint 1 to here. We'll go there. She's in this space here, so we'll hit this. We'll explore. That'll get her a much-needed inspiration, so she'll have 2. Ruin has come to these structures. Somehow only the common well survives intact. Gain an inspiration. Put a threat token across from her. Maggots squirm over a stretch of ground, forming a pale carpet. That's disgusting. Place a threat token as indicated. Mound juts up from the earth, indiscreetly covering whatever lies beneath. Place a search token as indicated. Your journey continues. Oh, that's a token from the supply instead of off of the board. All right, so she hasn't actually done anything yet. She sprinted. Let's see what the threat is. So we'll move 1. Search the maggots. Test wisdom or spirit. The sight of 1,000 mutilating maggots turns your stomach. Test spirit or wisdom. My wisdom is 4, so let's go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 3 successes. She's finally doing pretty good. Confirm. Methodically use your boots to kill every one of the writhing maggots. A faint scent on the breeze leads you to conclude that the creatures were drawn here by clumsy travelers spilling their food, and now the earth will be enriched twice over. Gain inspiration, then discard this threat token. Gross, but okay. So at least she's back up to 3 inspiration. So she has 1 movement point. She'll move to next to the other search token. And end the action phase. And hope we don't get mushed by a troll. Let's see. The spider's going to move 3 to attack Arwen or closest hero. So they can get to Gimli. Attack. The beast dodges your defenses, spraying sticky web beneath your feet. Agility negates 1 fear and 1 wound. My agility is only 2. 1, 2, and I block both. Gimli's a beast tonight. Move 0, attack each hero in Uluk's space. So there's no target. Move 2 spaces towards the closest hero. Well, that'll put him into Gimli's. 1, 2. This space got really crowded. Threat increases by 8, so now something else is going to happen. We're up to 55 and 90 threat. Thunder shakes the ruins. From the sound, you can only imagine the sky itself is breaking. Though you are still hours from nightfall, thick clouds blot out all light. Flashes of lightning briefly banish the shadows in the ruins. But with each flash comes fleeting glimpses of ephemeral, ghostly figures wandering there. All spaces are affected by darkness. More orcs pour from their boats. Place 1 orc marauder is indicated. That's that. Oh, there's an orc marauder. Goes there. More orcs pour from their boats. Other side of the map. Place 1 orc marauder as indicated. This one gets a banner. Blue squiggly. That one? Sure. Down here. Orc marauder. And the rally phase. We have spiders, we have trolls, we have orcs, we have threat tokens, search tokens. This is crazy. And we're at 55-90 threat. We still haven't found the other tomb. It's not looking good. Arwen reveals her weakness and honed agility. So let's prep honed agility. Put the weakness on the bottom of the deck. Let's shuffle up Gimli's deck. I gotta hit that troll. I can't let that troll stay there. So Gimli reveals Fury and Restless Axe. And he's gonna go with Restless Axe. I don't have any inspiration. That's bad bombings. So we're gonna put down the bottom. All right, let's continue. Sorry, just reading the cards again real quick. Let's come back over here. So where Gimli is right about here with 2 spiders and a troll. So I'm going to use Restless Axe. At the start of my turn, I may discard the skill to attack and add 2 hits. So I'm going to attack the troll, who has 21 health and 2 armor. This is letting me add 2 hits. My might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I got 3 successes, which is pretty good. I'm going to discard Guarded Strike to add another strike. So 3 successes gives me 8 hits with Sunder, Cleave. And then I'm adding 2 from Restless Axe and 1 from Guarded Strike. So, what did I say? 8. So that's 11 hits with Cleave and Sunder. Cleave, Sunder. Gimli's a beast. I could put 1 card back on top of my deck. So I'll put that back on top. I'll discard the rest of this. Yes, you can, unfortunately. Ulik hammers your defenses with Fist and Chain. Might negates 4 wounds. After this attack, Ulik moves 1 away from the closest hero. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I only got 1 success. So I'll block 1 of those, and then I will discard You Cannot Pass for guard 3 to guard the other 3. So no damage. And then Ulik will move back 1 space. That was Gimli's first action. Let's see how many successes that was. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll try to hit the spiders. If you take my space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 successes, a blank, and a lethal icon. So it's going to give me 6 hits with Cleave. Confirm. Gimli gets rid of the 2 spiders and gains an inspiration. So he beat back Ulik a little bit, killed the spiders, and that's his turn. Went through most of his deck in the process. Arwen's going to activate this token, see the search. A mound jumps up from the earth, indiscreetly covering whatever lies beneath. All right. You dig at the dirt, test Might 2. Man, Might is her worst. That was an attack on Gimli, so I put that. Or for Gimli, I'm sorry. Forgot to get rid of his cards. All right. So now Arwen's testing Might 2. Of course, she's going to fail miserably. Man, her tests have been awful tonight. Fail. This soil hard and rocky, and you make remarkably little headway. No effect. I'm destroying the map every time I try to pick up these cards. Do it at second action. We'll do it again. 1, 2, and now I have an inspiration. So I got a success and an inspiration. I have a token, so I can convert. So now I pass. Arwen, I've been singing your praises this whole campaign, but this time you're not doing so great. You unearth a small stone with an old inscription carved across one side. You find yourself invigorated by the find, as if the script empowered your will to press on. Become determined, gain an inspiration, then discard the search token. All right, so she gets inspiration back. They're both determined. I'll just kind of keep it in the middle. That's going to be huge for her, the way her card's been coming up tonight. And that's the end of the action phase. This isn't going to be good. Who is this? This is the Marauder without the banner, which is this one. Move 1 to attack Arwen. There's nobody, so no target. Howling a fierce war cry, the orc marches toward you. Move 2 spaces toward the closest hero. So it's going to go 1, 2. The other orc, move 1. There's no target. Move 2 towards the closest hero. We'll go 1, 2. And be in space with Ulik the troll. In Darkness Step. Gimli doesn't care about darkness because he has a torch. Each hero in darkness suffers 2 fear spirit negates. Her spirit is 3, so 1, 2, 3. So I'll block 1 and take 1. use her ability to get rid of it, hopefully. Yeah, Gloom flipped this card face down. So she'll get rid of that easily on her next turn instead of wasting inspiration tokens. Continue. Threat increases by 8. We're up to 63 of 90. It's the rally phase. We have to find that other mirror segment quickly. Her scouting is willful, and Athelos will take that for sure because it has sprint 1 on it. Put the other one on the bottom because it's a blank. Try to get rid of blanks. We'll go with Gimli. Not go with Gimli, we'll scout with Gimli, I mean. Sorry. Shuffling his deck up. You cannot pass in a blank. Or, not blank, his weakness. I love the art on these weaknesses. We'll put that on the bottom. We'll prep. You cannot pass. It's the only thing he has prep now. Continue. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to go to Arwen. She's going to sprint to here. Oops, to get this token. An area of ruined foundations marks where a settlement used to be. Discard this token. Gain inspiration. A statue of a regal man stands where it was once a city square. Place a search token as indicated. So that is right next to me. No, that's my spot. Your journey continues. All right. So her first action will be to search that token. Here's a statue of one of the kings of Arnor, though you aren't sure which one. It could conceal the king's vault. Search for the vault. You carefully inspect this curious base of the statue. Something tells you that there may be more to it than meets the eye. Test wit. And of course, that's her worst stat. It's only 2. 1, 2. All right, so I have a success and an inspiration. So I'll spend a token to make that 2, and then discard Clever Wit to make it 3. Hidden by clever construction of the statue's base, you find a map carved into the stone. You quickly recognize the layout of this part of the city and determine it points to a hidden vault. Gain an inspiration, then discard the search token. Get that back. Discard that token. And blow up the map further. I don't know if I have room. This is going to be rough. He's 207. Let's see what the tile looks like. This one? Yeah. Excuse me while I move the tablet. I have to put it closer to me. Do that, so then that's kind of not reduced. So something's messed up then. What number? 301. Oh, it goes over here. That. Okay. Token in. Okay. So that wasn't too horrible. So she searched. She sprinted. She searched the token. So she has an action left. Let's move in here. We'll explore. She can take one more inspiration. You find the hidden vault used by kings past to hide those things too valuable or dangerous to leave in the open. Discard this token and gain inspiration. So this is the last one that you can hold. Something is carved into the wall. Place a threat token as indicated. And that's in my spot, but I'm out of actions. A single dusty mirror stands in one dim corner of the vault. Place a threat token as indicated. So that could be what we're looking for. Your journey continues. And the action phase. This is control move 1 to attack R1 or closest hero, so it's going to begin with. Attack. In a frenzy, Uluk slashes at you with jagged, filthy claws. Agility negates 3 damage and 1 fear. After this attack, it moves 1 away from the closest hero. All right. So when you suffer after gain inspiration, if you would test Wisdom, Spirit, or Wit to negate, you may test Supply instead. This is Agility, so I have to eat this. This is only 2. 1, 2. I'll spend an inspiration to block 2. So I'm taking 1 fear and 1 wound. Okay, so my wound. Short of breath. Discard all of your boons. Okay, so he's not determined anymore, just Darwin is. Then flip this face down. And then my fear. Surrender. Keep this card face up. If you would discard a face up fear, flip it face down instead. Okay. So when you suffer wounds, after resolving all wounds from a single source, gain an inspiration. That's the twice route nail that does that. When you interact with token. Okay. Confirm. This is the Marauder without the banner. Move 1 to attack Gimli, our closest hero. He's going to attack Gimli. Wow, Gimli's taking a beating this time. Attack. 3 wounds, agility negates. Man, they don't like Gimli. 1, 2. That's 1 success and 1 blank. So take 2. I'm going to guard 3 of that. Take nothing. Let's see. The other one is going to do the same thing. I'll just pile on Gimli here. Attack. Let's see. An orc charges you, hauling in an attempt to frighten you into submission. 1 damage and 1 fear. If you suffer any fear from this attack, you and the orc marauder move 1 space towards the closest threat token if possible. Okay. This is might negate, so my might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost want to take the damage to move. No, I'll spend the So I have 1 success and I'll spend a token to convert another one, so I'll block both. Gimli's just got to go crazy and start chopping up these fools next round. Confirm. Darkness step. Each hero in darkness suffers 2 fear. Spirit negates. Gimli has torch, doesn't care about darkness. But Arwen does. Her spirit is 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes. She ain't afraid of nothing. Threat increased by 9. Well, this isn't good. Ataran, a descendant of those who left Numenor and settled far from the realms of Arnor and Gondor, enters the tower's high chamber. The orcs at his beck and call make to secure the room. Place Ataran is indicated. All right, I rushed to paint him today because I knew he'd be coming up in this mission. So you can get him. I don't know how well he's going to show up here. Piece of paper. Look, it's good. And still not showing up. The light is kind of terrible. But he's painted. Contrast paints, a lot of metallics. All right, so he is going here. More orcs pour from their boats. Yay! Place a pit goblin. And no, he doesn't get a banner, but he is here. Right? Yeah. More orcs pour from their boats. On the other side, place a pit goblin with the banner. That banner. Because that's a spot that we could rest. Nope, that's not a pit goblin. Mr. Pit Goblin. I have a hero I didn't paint. A couple of heroes I didn't paint yet. Here's a Mr. Pit Goblin. That's a lot of enemies on the board. That's so bad. Rally phase. At the start of the rally phase, I'll deplete the trinket, the apple cakes, get rid of the wound on Gimli, and I can flip this face down. We will start with Arwen. She needs to get that mirror and do things to it. See if she can smash it. 1, 2. Athelas to sprint. Put a success on top. Gimli. Gimli, brother, if you make it through this one, I will be impressed. Ataran is 2 spaces away. You've got 2 orc marauders, and let's take a look at Ataran's stats real quick before I even scout. He's got 12 health, 1 armor, and 3 of the purple magic armor. I forgot what it's called. You cannot pass. We're definitely going to take strike. We'll take you cannot pass for the guard. All right. I think Arwen's in the key position here. Way up here. I don't know how else can show up in camera. But we'll discard Athos for her to sprint 1 to this threat token. Top of the map. We'll hit that. A single dusty mirror stands in the dim corner of the vault. Search. You have gazed at the mirror for only a few brief moments before Wraiths step toward your reflection. One of them bows to you. After so long separated from the rest of the mirror in the tower, our loneliness is over, he says. Tell us how we can serve you. You know leaving Naltalir unbroken becomes riskier every moment, but Ataran's orcs threaten to cut off your escape from this city completely. Perhaps the Wraiths could be helpful. Let's see if we can command the Wraiths. The Wraith smiles, such as the reflection of a dead man can. There are orcs abroad in Numinous. He leers at other Wraiths at the edge of the mirror, but not for long, I think. A few of the Wraiths step backward out of view, and an ill wind blows through the vault. The Wraiths of Numinous attack Ataran's troops at your command as long as the mirror remains unbroken. Threat decreases by 5. Okay, that's a little help. You have found the remaining pieces of Naltalir hidden in the king's vault. Objective updated, destroy the other piece of Naltalir. Okay, so that was her first action, and she reduced the threat, so now it's down to 67 and 90. So basically buying us a little bit of time. So let's do this again with this token. And we'll smash. The Wraith scowls. You heft a mallet some worker left here long ago. Wait, we can be of use to you. Smash the mirror. Test might. This is going to be bad because her might is only 2. Do I have anything that's going to help me here? Before you suffer through... No. 1, 2. Let's see if 2 does anything. The Wraiths slink away from the web of cracks spreads from the head of the mallet. They glare at you incredulously. No, we are at your service. Gain an inspiration. So I get my inspiration back. And that's it. Okay, so that's it for her. But it sounds like she made a few chinks in the mirror. Poor Gimli. Okay, let's see. What's the troll at? The troll's at 11 health and 1 armor left. I might be able to kill him. But I have to flip really well to do it. And if I don't kill him, he's going to punch me back. And then I have these orcs. Let's see what these look like. They have 5 health and 2 armor. All right, let's go on the... Let me see what the other orc is. The other one doesn't have a banner. They're the same. All right, so let's go with the one with the banner. My might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. My weakness, 2 successes, and an inspiration, which I can't do anything with. All right, so that's going to be 6 hits with cleave, which probably doesn't do anything here. Do I have a way? Oh, yes, the torch. I will add pierce. And pierce. Unfortunately, that was the last token on it, but it gets rid of him. But I gain inspiration for doing it. That was the one with the banner. I can put a success back on top. I'm a little nervous. We have a token. Let's hit the troll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 3 successes and an inspiration, which I don't think I need to use because that's going to be 8 hits with Sunder and Cleave. It's not going to be enough to kill him, though. But I couldn't have asked for a better flip, and I could put one of these back on top. So Sunder, Cleave. He's only got 3 health left. But now he's going to punch my face off. Yes, he can attack. Uluk hammers at your defenses with fist and chain. Might negates 4 wounds. After this attack, Uluk moves 1 away from the closest hero. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I block 2. I'll take 2. The first one is Wariness. Flip this card face down. The second one is Dazed. Keep this card face up. Before you interact with a threat token, you must spend an inspiration. Oops, wrong deck. I'll put those in the discard pile for the damage. Confirm. So then he's going to move back 1 towards Taran. Oh, Arwen during her turn would have discarded that fear. So she's back down. And that's the end of the round. Shadow phase. Let's see. This orc moves 1 to attack Gimli. He's already in Gimli's. That's the orc marauder, right? Move 1 to attack. Yes. So attack. Spirit negates. 1 damage, 1 wound. My spirit is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spend an inspiration and block both. Tarwin moves 2 to attack Arwen or closest hero. So he's going to come attack me. This is going to be really bad. Oh my goodness. The Taran's blade flashes as he swings it at you in a broad, aggressive arc. You catch a glimpse of your own reflection in it, but your visage there looks decayed and empty. Wisdom negates 4 wounds, 4 fear. Wow. He's just going to one-shot somebody. 1, 2, 3. 4. Block 1. So I have to think about this. So I'm blocking 1 of something. So my fear capacity is only 4. So I have to block the fear. So that's 3 fear and 4 wounds. I will guard 3. So I'm basically with guard 3. So I'm basically blocking 4. I'm taking a total of 4. So I'll take 2 fear and 2 wounds. So the first fear is Gloom. Flip this face down. Tormented. Flip 1 wound face up, then flip this face down. So I think that's, the wariness. So it stays face down. Wariness. Flip this face down. Feeble. Suffer 1 face down fear, then flip this card face down. Oh, it's face down. So if I take another fear, I'm done. I'm at my max. But when you suffer damage after resolving all damage, I can take an inspiration. Okay. Ugh. Oh my god, pick Goblin. Move 2 to attack Gimli. That's the one without the banner. 1, 2. Attack. Might negates 2 wounds. 1, 2. Convert to block 1. and I take one. Flip this face down. When I suffer wounds after resolving all from a single source, I gain inspiration. Get that back. Wrong. Yes, that's right. Get rid of that. Oh, man. Move 2 to attack Gimli with the range. 1, 2. Attack. Agility negates 3. 1, 2. I'll just take 2, and then I take a last stand with Gimli. Oh, Gimli. Confirm. Arwen has to test for her darkness step, which is spirit. 1, 2, 3. Suffers 2. She'll spend inspiration to prevent it. Threat increased by 9. So it's back up to 76. All right. Before we do the rally phase, we have to do a last stand with Gimli. Let me get Arwen's stuff out of the way. Confirm. It is damage. Test agility 1. 1, 2. I passed. They usually kind of want you to pass the first one. Discard all face down, gain an inspiration, continue the adventure. So I have 1 wound. They usually want you to pass the first one. The second one, they make it a little more difficult. Okay. So at the start of the rally phase, I'm going to get rid of the Tookish apple cakes. I'm going to get rid of 2 fear. So I don't want to take another last stand if I can help it. I'm going to shuffle up Arwen's deck and scout 2. Poor Gimli. One healing poultice and Athos. I feel like I keep flipping these 2 cards. I'm going to do Athos. Put the healing poultice on top for a success. Our pal Gimli, who's... I mean, he's not hurting now after all that. He healed up some. He's got only 1 wound and 2 fear. Guarded Strike and Ready Defense. I'm going to prep Guarded Strike. Put Ready Defense on top. Continue. Let's go with Arwen and that threat token way up here. And we will search. We're going to test Might to try to finish off this mirror. Please don't get blanks. We're going to go 2 more. The mirror cracks under the force of your blows but does not shatter. All right, second action. Do it again. 2. 2 more. Your reflection explodes into 1,000 twinkling shards as the mirror shatters. Glass showers the floor, and suddenly the air in the vault feels lighter. Become determined, which I already am, then discard this threat token. You have shattered the part of Nautilor that resided in the king's vault. The Mirror of Spirits is now gone from Middle-earth. Numinous swarms with Atarans orcs, and your best route to safety appears to be over the lake. Final objective, escape across Lake Evenden. The heroes have made it impossible for Atarn to use the Mirror of Spirits in his terrible plot against Middle-earth. Win or lose this adventure, the campaign will continue. Whew! All right, we will go on. As you rally to press back toward the Lake, Atarn's minions close off your escape. What a bunch of jerks. Place 1 cave troll in the indicated space. All right, so I think this was supposed to be Uluk. Wait, so let me put him there. I'll figure out which one's which. So is this key control? Oh no, I think I did it right. Nope, that's the right one. All right, so that was her 2 actions, and then I'm just gonna sprint 1 to get away, or at least closer out. So one of these 2 lakes, I think it's this one we have to get to, but I don't know how we're gonna fight through this clump. That's what's scaring me right now. So now it's Gimli's turn. He's got to start making some headway. Give me the Marauder, I guess. This guy. So let's punch him with Gimli's first action. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was awful, Gimli. Let's go with 6 hits and cleave. Gimli, you're gonna die, buddy. Left him with 1. I can put that on top of my deck. Yes, he can attack. Might negates 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Oh, hold on. He would have been dead because I could have added the strike. He would have been dead. So sure, we'll confirm. Sorry, I had to pay attention to the cards. I'm getting nervous because it's like so close to the end. So I wouldn't have made that block test. All right, so I wouldn't have had the block. All right. So that was Gimli's first action. That Marauder is gone. I'm just going to take him off the map. And I would have gotten the inspiration for doing that. So, okay. All right, so Gimli's second action. I can't kill a Taran, I know that. Maybe I can? But he hits so hard. Let's get rid of this pit goblin without the banner. Oh, it's supposed to be 2 of them? I did not realize they were a group. All right, let's swing on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 hits with cleave should be enough. Yep. Put that on top. Get them off of there. Gain inspiration. All right, so we got rid of some enemies. I don't know if it's enough. Let's see what happens. In the shadow phase. Move 1, attack armor to closest hero. That is... Oh, he's supposed to have a banner. Which banner is that? That's that one? No, this one. All right. Move attack armor to closest hero. So he's going to move and swing at Gimli. Attack. Rule cameras at your defenses with fists and chain. Might negates. When you suffer. Okay, so those test might. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 3 successes, so I will take 1. After his attack, he moves away from the hero. So he's just a big yo-yo. Taking damage. Flip this face down. Let me get rid of all of this. Now I'm in trouble. Move 2 to attack Arwen, our closest hero. He cannot get to Arwen, so he attacks Gimli. Jeez. The Taran speaks a singular ancient word, each syllable enunciated meticulously. Your spirit answers his call. Spirit negates 2 wounds, 5 fear. If you suffer fear from this attack, place 1 weakness on top of your deck. Ugh. Spirit is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I got a success, a blank, which is bad, and 2 tokens. Oh, man. Oh, I can test might instead. There we go. So I flipped the token. So 4 successes total out of 6. It's awful. So I'm going to take the 2 wounds because I have 6 damage. So 1. Discard 1 inspiration and flip this face down. I don't have any. Joke's on you. 2. Concussion. Keep this card face up. Decrease each of your stats by 1. At the end of your turn, flip this card face down. Well, that's terrible. And then 5 fear. I'm blocking 4, so 1 fear. Impending doom. Discard 1 prepared card or suffer a fear, then flip this face down. So I have to suffer another fear. Suffer a face down fear, then flip. I have to take a fear last turn to begin with. Discard this card. Gimli. Burn. Here. Test Wisdom 2. I have to shuffle my deck because I don't have any cards left. There is much to fear, but there's also hope. My Wisdom is only 2. So this is the one I think they want me to fail. Yep, fail. You have fallen. Remove your figure from the map. Sorry, Gims. At the start of the next shadow phase, you will fail this adventure. So it's not looking so good for our pals. They did really well. This was I think I want to blame Ar when she was just flipping like crazy for her tests. Really bad. But I'm not blaming anybody. It's still fun. All right, Owen. So that's done. Move 2 to attack Arwen, her closest hero. No target. Move 4 spaces towards the closest hero. This is the one with the banner. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. While you go, yeah, there. The troll. Move 1 to attack Arwen, her closest hero. There's no target. Move 2 spaces toward the closest hero. 1, 2. So they're all. So a Taran, and this troll are just in this bottleneck that Arwen cannot get by. She has to test for her darkness. Her spirit is 3. 1, 2, 3. She passes. We will reset this. This mission is almost impossible. I don't know how you're supposed to race back and forth across the map and get everything to open up. Do what you need to do, and then because they bring you to the far end of the map, way up here, and now they want me to come way back here, and there's awful monsters in the way. All right, turn increase by 8. Scout 2, 1 Undying Might and Healing Poultice. I'll prep the Undying Might and put the Healing Poultice on top. Yeah, so even if I could, I can't just run past Tarwin and the troll because then they get to swing at me. You can't move through their spaces. Let me see what this other search token or threat token says. Just for something is carved into the cave wall. I don't think I'm going to waste an action doing that. This is my last turn. So let's see. Let's see what this guy looks like. This is the one with the banner. Ooh. So let's move 1 and attack. And this is with my ranged. My star sword, my knife, my range. So my agility is 3. 2, 3. We'll spend an inspiration, I believe. I'm testing agility, so I can add another success. So that's 3 successes. So that'll be 6 hits with Pierce and Lethal. So he's gone. So inspiration. The knife says after you attack with this item, you may move 1 space without provoking attacks. So I'll move here. And I have 1 movement point left. Move there. We'll just say Taran's a space away, but I'm in his face. And that's it. This is going to end the game. It should. The Taran's orcs are everywhere. You slay a few of them and avoid others, but soon you find yourself surrounded. You hear drums approaching as orcs line you up and force you to your knees. A row of goblins parts, and the sorcerer Taran strides toward you. His face is twisted in fury as he hurls a shard of Naltalar at you. And with his clothes more ragged than you expected, he looks crazed and wild. Your interference has cost everything, he bellows over the sound of the storm. The hate in his eyes cools as the rain beats down on you. Something in Taran seems to die. Of course, I'm the only thing that has kept my army on a leash. He sighs, all feeling gone from his voice. I cannot have my kingdom. I see no reason not to loose them upon Eriador. He flicks his wrist, and goblins approach you, sneering with jagged teeth. An arrow sprouts from the chest of one of the goblins, and both you and the goblin stare at it in confusion for a few moments before he gives into the injury and falls. More arrows start to fall among Ataran's orcs. We have your flank, calls Halbarad from a ruined rooftop, standing alongside several of his rangers. Run for the lake. You stumble to your feet, upending a few surprised orcs, and make for the lake Evendim. You find one of Ataran's boats waiting on the shore, and as rain rips across your path and clouds swirl, you push the boat into Lake Evendim and climb aboard. The heroes lose. Ataran is not daunted by your interference and will surely lead his fearsome army against the rangers. Hopefully you can recover from this defeat soon and help. Each hero gains 3 experience. Soon the arrows of the orcs cannot reach your boat. They splash harmlessly into the water like distant rain. The wind and waves summoned by the terrific storm of another matter, and your boat lurches across the lake. You struggle to turn it toward a safe shore. In one swift motion, a wave tosses your boat into the air. You spin and splash into the lashing waves. You fight to keep your heads above water, but the lake proves a more formidable foe than most monsters you have fought. As you plunge deeper into the water, you feel soft hands upon you, gently pulling you back toward the surface. You burst into the open air and find yourselves in a pool of calm water near the farther shore of Lake Evendim. The lake still rages, but the water around you is strangely calm. You wade onto dry land, each agreeing that you felt as if you had been pulled from the waters by something or someone, but none of you can take credit for saving another. The Aid of Evensong will be Chapter 10. So the streak continues of never having defeated this scenario. It's crazy how big this map gets, and I don't know the answer. Maybe one of the other classes, if they have a lot more sprinting, can help you zigzag across the map faster to get back and forth, because the requirements need you to go to both ends and back and deal with enemies and deal with threat tokens. I just don't see how to do it. Like I said, I played this twice with Kenny Blaze, and now once solo and 3 losses. But it's still fun. Arwen was flipping really bad tonight. I don't know. I figure adding another success to the deck after last mission would have helped, but the cards were against us tonight. But I hope you appreciate this. The next time I play, it'll be Chapter 10. I'm going to try switching to an overhead view of the map, so I'll look down on it and see if that makes it look a little bit better, because I know it's hard to see. You can't really see the art on the tile, and some of these tiles have beautiful, beautiful art on them, so it's a shame you can't see it all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough as much as I did. Leave a comment below. And do me a favor, too. Leave a comment either on this video or on our Facebook page, and let me know when I start the Hunt for the Ember Crown campaign. I'm still going to go with Gimli and Arwen. I've committed to those 2 for all 4 campaigns. Let me know what classes you want to see me try them as. Right now in this one, I'm using the standard classes, Gimli's Guardian and Arwen Herbalist. But if you want to see them played out as other classes, let me know. Drop us a comment either here or on Facebook. You can like our Facebook page, G3 Geeks and Games Gurus. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on gaming. Good night.